Hello there, John Siddique here. I wanted to make this video yesterday for you, but for some reasons it just didn't pan out technically and weather-wise and all sorts of things. I just wanted to share a favourite poem with you by Edna St, Vincent, Millay, or a little chunk of a poem. I was doing a reading with two lovely friends yesterday, with Rosie Garland, who's just had a fabulous book out, The Palace of Curiosities, which would be, well, I think you'd love it if you check that out, and my friend Simon Rennie, who is a fantastic poet from Manchester and now from Hebden Bridge, and he also writes for choir and for male voices and does all sorts of lovely things, and he's specialising in Chartist poetry for his PhD, so he's quite a character, I have to tell you. And we decided to put an event to welcome the spring. So we went up to Wainsgate Chapel up in Old Town, and we did our stuff to raise money for the chapel and to just put on a nice afternoon of things. And lots of lovely people came, but it was absolutely freezing, and yeah, it just didn't work trying to make this. But I sometimes when I do my readings, I include a poem, a favourite poem by somebody else, just because I love it. And I think that's, well, it's something that I like to do. I can't speak about how anybody else reads. It's just I like to share the poetry with as many people as possible, and it doesn't have to be my poetry. Out of all the things I've found on this earth in my kind of 48 years of being here, I found that poetry is the thing that kind of returns me to my own light, I think, more than anything else. It seems like the world tries to take us away all the time, to build in kind of obscuration on us and layer and layer and layer, and yet you can't kill the light that's inside us. It can get very, very obscured. You know, you think about our politicians and some of the stuff that's around now, and you know, the light is definitely obscured, but it's not there. You know, it's not there. And I think maybe politics exists just to hide the light from us. That's why we close down libraries. That's why we allow them to have power over us. You know, we're scared of being the powerful, beautiful creatures that we are. And yet poetry, or the right poems anyway, people like Edna St, Vincent Millay, Mary Oliver, Walt Whitman, Neruda, my God, you know, Lawrence, they bring us back. They remind us who we are, and they challenge us. Not to kind of fake it or to moralize, because that doesn't work. Being moral doesn't work, does it? I think we try, and you end up kind of reading The Guardian when you try that way, don't you? You know, and the other way you end up reading the Daily Mail if you take the kind of newspaper analogies. But yeah, that doesn't work. Trying to be moral, trying to be right doesn't work. But if we actually kind of live from the light that's inside us, then actually we will be naturally more open to others, more compassionate, just more decent. I know we need laws. I know we do. I know. But anyway, it's a whole conversation, that, isn't it? And I only wanted to make a short, tiny little video. This is just things I've been thinking about recently. So I'll read you this poem. This is a tiny excerpt from Renascence by Edna St. Vincent Millay. And I first came across it before I was a writer at all. There used to be a programme on TV called Northern Exposure on Monday nights on Channel 4 here in England. It was made in the States, but I think it was partially made in Canada, I don't know. There was a fantastic character, really, really handsome, beautiful radio presenter called Chris in the Morning. I don't. Did he ever say his surname? I don't know. Chris Stevens, that was it. But I knew him as Chris in the Morning, and he would sit around pontificating on all sorts of things. And yet, in between all that stuff, there would be bits of Joseph Campbell, bits of Walt Whitman, this poem. I don't know what else I got from there, but you know, it was almost like the opposite of the kind of negative media programming in a way, and it was almost like programming so that we could live. And so I wanted just to share this with you, and I'll read out just the tiny quote that was used on TV. So I've made a very long intro to a very tiny piece of poetry, so I do apologize for that. I do talk too much. Renaissance. Ah, up then from the ground sprang I, and hailed the earth with such a cry as not heard save from a man who has been dead and lives again. About the trees my arms I wound, like one gone mad I hugged the ground. I raised my quivering arms on high, I laughed and laughed into the sky. And well, if there's ever a poem about spring or the renewal of the heart or the light coming back on, I think that's the one. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to try and do a little bit more with video over the next little while. It just seems to keep coming back up for me. I know I'm a bit nervous. I'm not used to the camera yet, and it will take a little while, I think, to get used to doing these things, but it just feels like something I need to do, a way for me to be more who I am, I guess, with my work. And it'd be great if you would subscribe to these videos. That'll give me some confidence, and also you might enjoy some of the things we've got coming up. We've got so many ideas of things to talk about, yet it all kind of gets a mess in the head. So I'll try and kind of be more straightforward with that. Yeah, so please subscribe to these videos. Please give us a thumbs up underneath, and I'm going to put some links down below so that if you want to buy any of my books, if you want to visit the website, or if you just want to know more about what I'm doing and readings going on around the world and stuff like that, then you can find out more. Thank you so much. Bye bye.